Take the first step towards online privacy. Get NordVPN.
Ready to hop in the 6-4 and cruise around the blocks? There's a storm coming to the underworld and the heat is on. Take over the blocks and call the shots. It's time to hustle or get hustled. What's it gonna be? Stay sharp. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. Don't let them catch you slipping. Only real gangsters thrive in the dope wars world.
Hi everybody, this is Crypto Rich, working with you to get rich with crypto, filling our pockets with crypto profits. And in this video, I am thrilled to be joined by one of the team at Secret Labs. We're going to be talking about Secret Network. Now, I have to confess, I have Secret tokens. SCRT is the ticker symbol. I bought them in 2018. I've covered this project occasionally, and I still hold the tokens. I still make money from staking and from occasional LP mining, right? And this is a great project for privacy, and we're going to be finding out all about it. Now, before I go into that and introduce my guest and start talking to him, please subscribe bit.ly Crypto Rich Odyssey. If you're watching this on YouTube, come over to bit.ly Crypto Rich Odyssey, because I am being censored and shadow banned on YouTube. Please follow me on Twitter, Crypto Rich YT, join my official Telegram announcement channel. And if you are a holder of Secret or any Cosmos assets, or in fact any crypto at all, or even if you don't hold crypto, give me a ticker symbol. Ticker symbol for Secret is SCRT, but just throw me some ticker symbols as comments. Hey, Itzik, thank you so much for making yourself available.
Hey, awesome to be here.
Yes, thank you. You are one of the team at Secret Labs, right?
Correct, yes. I'm the VP of Engineering at Secret Labs, which means I head the development team there.
Okay, and what's Secret Labs got to do with Secret Network?
Yeah, we get that question all the time. Secret Labs is basically the core developer of Secret Network. I mean, we don't own Secret Network. Secret Network is decentralized. It's owned by the community and the token holders. But we, head the development, and we take it upon ourselves to make sure, that Secret Network really reaches, the goal and the original vision for it.
Okay, well that's good, because this video is going to be about Secret Network. So you're the bunch of developers in the background, in darkened rooms, I imagine, with hundreds of screens in front of you, or perhaps lying underneath the blockchain, like a car mechanic would, right, fiddling with the bits of the blockchain. So that's you. And I don't mean to be rude, Itzik, but nobody's interested in the mechanic. People are interested in the Ferrari that the mechanic is working on, right? So let's talk about the Ferrari, which in this case is more like a Batmobile, which has all kinds of obfuscation features or something. It can disappear. So give us an overview about Secret Network.
Yeah, man, I appreciate the analogy. I think definitely a Batmobile, with the stealth features, that's what Secret Network is all about. But put it another way, Secret Network is basically a layer 1 blockchain based on Cosmos, but it's a privacy chain. And what that means is that all the smart contracts on the network, they're all encrypted by default. So, if you interact with a smart contract, anything you send, that's encrypted. Anything you get back, that's encrypted. And all the internals, that's also encrypted. And even the node runners, even the validators, they can't see what's going on. That allows us to do like a whole bunch of cool stuff, which I'm sure we'll get into. But the really important thing to know is that you, the person who sent the transaction, you're the only one that knows what's going on.
Aha. Okay. Now you said even the validators, and just to create it a little bit, Secret, for people who are a little bit familiar with crypto, but also for people who aren't familiar with crypto, this is a great way to get into crypto. Secret Network is a proof of stake coin, which means that you hold the tokens in your wallet, you lock them, and what that essentially means is you sort of give the voting power of the tokens to validators, which are like, I suppose I'm going to simplify stuff, right? Like nodes that validate all the transactions on the network, and they pay a reward to those that voted to them. And I think what's the reward rate currently? Roughly about 20 to 30%, I think it is. For staking. Yeah. So if I hold 100 tokens, then over the course of a year, I'll get between 20 to 30 extra tokens. Now, there's something you said about the. By the way, this is distinct from a proof of work coin like Bitcoin or Litecoin, where you have to run the computer constantly to keep validating the transactions. I can hold the secret network in my Ledger or my Kepler, have them shut off, and it's still validating the transactions. Uses a whole lot less energy. Doesn't always need to be on. But you said that the validators can't see the transactions. Well, how do they approve the transactions? Or they can't see the
Yeah,
smart contracts. How do they then
yeah, yeah,
validate transactions?
yeah. It's a great explanation about proof of work versus proof of stake. And yeah, validators, they can't see what's going on, but they can see, some sort of encrypted data going in and encrypted data coming out. And they can all, between them, what the validators do is they talk amongst themselves, and they all check that they got the same result, the same things coming in and the same things going out. They don't know what it is. They see some garbled data, some random gibberish, but they all see the same gibberish, and that's how they sort of verify that nobody's trying to do anything malicious and everything is on the up and up.
Right. Okay. Okay. And Secret Network is part of the Cosmos ecosystem.
Yes, that is correct.
A layer one, which means you can build applications from the code, but Secret Network, like all the other Cosmos assets, it's not like Ethereum where everything sort of rests on Ethereum and Ethereum eventually bows under the pressure of all the applications on top. It's more like they connect with the layer one. So there isn't a load. That's the way that I understand it. More like a Cosmos, like a solar system. Okay. And you said the smart contract the code for the smart contract is private. Are the transactions, like if you send me secret, SCRT, or I send you secret, is that visible on the blockchain explorer?
Yeah, so first of all, SCRT, the token itself, that's not encrypted. The token itself is not a privacy coin.
Right.
The token itself is just, a regular, coin that you send around. Everybody can see what's going on. And that's for us, that's a feature, because we don't want to, there are a lot of regulatory concerns around privacy coins, what you can list with exchanges, what you can trade, and for us, we don't want SCRT to be a privacy coin, come with all that extra baggage, so to speak. But the magic happens, once you step into that, that smart contract layer or the applications that run on Secret Network. So you use the native SCRT, the non-privacy token, to pay for fees on the network. But when you interact with the applications themselves, that's where sort of that, that barrier of encryption happens. That's where, once you step into the application layer, then everything you do there, that's, all encrypted. But it's also important to note that the code itself, like the application code itself, that's not encrypted. So everybody can see the app, what the code is, sort of like what it's supposed to do. Sort of like, let's say you have a calculator, right? So everybody can see that the calculator takes two numbers, adds them, and returns the result. But when you personally interact with it, so say you send 2 + 2, and you get back 4. Then only you can see that.
Right.
And that's important because, we want people to be able to verify the code that's running. You interact with some application, let's say it's a financial application, and you LP some tokens or, stake some tokens or do something, you want to be able to verify that, nothing malicious is happening, in with that contract code. But once you interact with it, then what you send, what you do, that's all private.
Right. Okay. Now, why have private smart contracts anyway? Because Ethereum smart contracts aren't private. Cosmos smart contracts aren't private.
Yeah, that's a great question. One that it's sort of difficult to intuitively understand. If you don't think about it too deeply. And the analogy that I like to give is looking at Web 2 and Web 3. Everybody says, Web 3 blockchain, that's, the future of the internet. Everything's going to be on the blockchain. But, if you look at, what we use today, in the Web 2 and the, standard regular internet, you see a lot of applications that, use some inherent version of privacy, whether you think about it or not. Like, for example, Airbnb, right? Who would order an Airbnb if everybody could look at what you're doing, see when you're going to be on vacation, when you're not going to be home, and where you're going, how much you paid for it, all that stuff. Who would use any messaging app, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever. And that's not even talking about stuff like Tinder, which nobody would use if everybody could see what you're doing there. So our goal is basically to bring those sort of applications that, those sort of platforms that give users the ability to get these sort of services that you might not want everybody to see what's going on there, to bring those to the blockchain, to bring, the Uber, the Airbnb, the Facebook to the blockchain. That's, our goal. And, that's what we think will take, the blockchain to the next level where, you see these mainstream applications there.
Okay. No, that makes sense. And I imagine in the commercial world, if some project is going to be using the CeFi, secret DeFi, that or private DeFi that Secret Network offers, they're not going to want their competitors to know that necessarily how much they've got staked. Just like I don't want people to know how much is in my bank account. I don't want my neighbor to be able to find out. But that is one of the pitfalls of many of the non-private projects within crypto. Okay. Now, I've already given the game away a little bit because I'm an OG in Secret Network, as you said, right? That this is they offer DeFi with privacy.
Correct. Yeah. As you said, I mean, DeFi with privacy. I mean, anything you do, it's funny. Like anything you do, you take in crypto and you add privacy, you get this additional layer of like super cool stuff that you didn't think about before. And DeFi is no different in that regard, where you take your standard DeFi and you add privacy, and all of a sudden, everybody can't see what you're doing. Everybody can't see, which tokens you're buying, what your positions are, and that adds, another layer, that we think is critical. Just like nobody can see everything that's going on in your bank account. I mean, you're free to share it with the world if you want to, but we don't think that should be like the default state. And it also opens up a lot of cool stuff. Like you can do pools that have some privacy, and you can't really see what's in the pool, and all kinds of super cool constructions like that happen around DeFi and around privacy that we're really starting to only explore now. And there's so much that people can build and so much that they can do with it, that we're really excited to see where we're going to be in like a couple of years from now.
What sort of applications can be run on the secret blockchain? And we're not going to be talking about ones you got coming down the line because that's going to be in a subsequent video. But what can people do already? I do know that you can farm Monero on the secret blockchain. So you're getting rewards, and the Monero is wrapped within secret. I don't know how the wrapping works, but it's wrapped, right? And it can run on the secret blockchain, and then you can farm. You receive rewards in secret or Monero or something. Not that I've done it, but that is nice though, farming Monero. So what else can you do?
Yeah. So there are quite a few applications. I don't think I'll be able to run through them all, but generally speaking, we have a few different categories which are interesting to look at. And the first, as you mentioned, that's the DeFi apps. That's the AMM or automated market makers. Where you can trade tokens, sort of like the decentralized exchanges, where you can trade tokens, you can LP, you can farm, and that's where the Monero that you mentioned comes in. We have a couple of different bridges, so you can bring your tokens over from Ethereum or from Binance Smart Chain, and they become a secret wrapped version of that. So you bring your Ethereum over, and you get what we call secret Ethereum, which is one-to-one pegged through the bridge, and you can use that in the private DeFi ecosystem. There's also the bridge to Monero, which is actually community built. So it's not built by us, just a community member said we think the vision for Secret Network is awesome. We're big privacy fans, so they build a bridge from Monero to Secret, and you can bring over your tokens, and you get Secret Monero, which you can use in DeFi. Really cool. And then, there's also the layer of secret NFTs, which is, something that's really cool. And as I mentioned, anything you take, any concept you take from blockchain, you add privacy, you get something new and cool that, that hasn't been done before. And that's exactly what secret NFTs are, where, you have your standard NFTs, and, anybody that knows what an NFT is, has dealt with the, why can't I right click and save, the picture of the monkey that you just bought for 100K. And secret NFTs is the answer to that. That's NFTs that have, that have the standard, data that everybody can see, like the monkey picture, but they also have a layer of private data or exclusive data that only the token holder can see. And, there are, I think, dozens, if not, hundreds of NFT projects on Secret. Anything from, your standard NFTs that, usually have some, extra added sauce, or, whether that be some exclusive traits, or, an exclusive image that only you can see, or, access to Discord or, Telegram channels that are exclusive to the token holders. Two things which are, take, NFTs to another level. For example, we did a project recently with Kevin Smith, where we took, a full length, feature film, and we distributed that movie as an NFT, where basically, you could buy movie tickets, as an NFT, and only the token holders can stream the movie. Anybody else, movie is encrypted, you can't see it. Only if you have the NFT, you can, go to the site, see the movie, and you get also like exclusive scenes and things like that, in the NFT. There's like a lot of cool stuff. So come over to Secret and start exploring the ecosystem, I guess.
That is amazing. That is amazing. I like the exclusivity, the example that you gave of the film. Okay, and then you say come over to Secret Network. I'm going to have all the links in the description below so people can get involved with this project, do their own due diligence, find out more about it. But my understanding is it is a community-based, decentralized project overall. Is that right?
Correct. Yes. So, as is, with Cosmos projects, our the network is community owned. It's governed by, the native Cosmos governance. So, any new proposals, they will get voted on by the community. And I mean, like we're happy to be, sort of, one of the voices of the community. But, basically, we are not the owners of the network. Everybody is. And that's, our vision for Secret Network.
Yeah. No, I kind of envisage it like with the palm of my hand is the blockchain. Then you've got different groups and individuals all working on the blockchain, developing stuff. And then through the governance, they can work out, well, what's going to go on, what's going to stay, what's not, how's it going to be. So then you've got Secret Labs coming in, working, developing applications. I know there are other projects, and then this community member that built the bridge for Monero. It's very, very, very cool. Okay, now I want to ask you something that's personal for me. Right, I cover the Osmo projects quite a bit, and I just thought the Osmosis DEX was just beautiful, fabulous, easy to use, great UI, really great literature around it. It's very, very user friendly compared to, I don't know if you ever remember Ether Delta or Fork Delta from 2017. It's like, oh my god. Uniswap and PancakeSwap are a step above that, thank goodness. And I think the Osmo DEX is even better. So I LP mine on Osmosis. What is the advantage, if any, of LP mining through, is it Secret Swap, which is a separate entity from Secret Labs, but working on that blockchain? Secret Swap as well?
So there are a few like different, AMMs on Secret. There's Secret Swap, there's Sienna Swap. There are actually a couple of others that are going to come fairly shortly. And like the main advantage, first of all, it's important to know, like, DEXs on Secret Swap are not, inherently different. They don't work, differently There's sort of, the same core mechanics in play. So the main advantage is that when you LP on Secret Swap or Sienna Swap or any other one, on Secret Network is, that, what you're doing with your tokens is encrypted. So nobody can see, what you're LPing there, and what you're doing. And if that's something that's important to you, then that's something you can only find on Secret Network. But the actual, the actual magic with AMMs on Secret, I think, is when you trade. And anybody that's familiar with AMMs, and I'm sure you can explain this better than I can, is that anybody that's familiar with it knows that front running is an issue. And when you trade on Secret, then the transaction that you send, that's encrypted. So if I want to front run your transaction, I can't see what's going on. I can't know what transaction you're about to do. Sorry. So it's inherently front running resistant by default, which is something that anybody that follows the development on Ethereum or even Osmosis knows that this is an issue that is not that easy to tackle when where everybody can see your transactions in advance.
Sure.
So that's, I think, the source of Secret Swap.
That is a big advantage, and that's more pertinent, I think, to really large players or people doing large transactions, I think, right? And just to explain, people who are not familiar, so any marketplace, whether it's a digital marketplace in the form of a centralized exchange, or you go to the shop or something, or a bazaar, it's buyers and sellers. So I want to sell token X, and then ITSIC over there is willing to buy token X and sell me token Y in return, and we have an exchange, right? So for every buyer, there has to be a seller and vice versa. AMMs, automated market makers, how they work is there's a pool of XY tokens, a bucket, a big bucket full of XY tokens, and then I would trade with the bucket. So I don't have to wait for ITSIC to turn up. It's like, where is he? He said he was going to be here, right? But I can trade automatically. And then what happens, people like ITSIC, token holders like ITSIC, they put their tokens in that bucket and they receive a share of the transaction fees over time. So that's automated market maker. But what happens with an open blockchain is I want to go and buy all the secret tokens that are going, because I think it's really, really good and is going to go up. So I put in a particular bid of a stable coin like Shade or something else like SXMR, for example. I'm going to sell all my Secret Monero for Secret. And ITSIC, because it's an open blockchain, can see, oh, Crypto Rich is up to something. I'm going to beat him because I can see his transaction and thus front run him. And then you can bid higher, and then I lost out. So with Secret Network, with the DeFi applications on Secret Network, the AMMs, that's not possible. Is there anything critical there I've missed out? That's hopefully a layperson can understand.
Yeah, that's a fairly good explanation. I mean, it also happens, to a certain degree in, standard finance with, high frequency trading.
Oh, yes.
And, all these companies that sort of buy, apartments in New Jersey close to the stock exchange servers to be like the first to trade once anything happens. So it's a problem, in standard finance as well. But yeah, it's a great summary of, of the issues.
Great. Okay, fabulous. Anything else you want to say with regards to an overview of Secret Network before we finish up?
Yeah, I mean, there's Secret in itself is, there's so much new stuff going on. I mean, the thing is that, we're the first to really, do and launch a blockchain with privacy that's decentralized and permissionless. Anybody can, come and develop and, upload whatever applications you want. We don't limit anybody to do, whatever they want. And the great thing is that anything happening on Secret, inherently, since, we're basically the first to do this and first to explore this space, is sort of, bleeding edge. It's even in blockchain, which, blockchain is, it's sort of like the bleeding edge of tech. Secret is like, like the real, spearhead of that. It's, it's the edge of the edge, so to speak. And anything that happens, that's, you're the first to do it and the first to explore, new use cases and new ideas. And it's so cool to see. And, that's, really what, our pitch is. We're saying if you want to, take blockchain to the next level and do things that nobody has done before, then that's, they come to Secret and build on Secret. If you just want to copy an AMM to a new chain and, rehash old ideas, then, there are different chains for you. We're not trying to, have a good fit for everything. But if you want to create, the next generation of blockchain applications, then come on down to Secret. We're glad to have you.
Fabulous. And I would also add, if those of you for the developers and those of us that aren't developers, retail, ordinary people like me or whatever, Secret Network is a great community. It's a vibrant, established community. They're not going anywhere because they're still around, and they're building, like you said, cutting edge spearhead technology, like the very, very pointy bit of the spear, right at the top, right at the very, very pinnacle of that spear, right? Plus also, the community is so involved and active, like you do. I have occasionally done updates on what's happening with Secret Network, but your updates now are every bloody week. I can't keep up. There's other things happening as well. Right? But that just goes to show how active and involved and thriving the community and this ecosystem is. So listen, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. If you have any comments or questions, put them in the description below. Don't forget to throw me ticker symbols. Believe it or not, your comments do help my channel grow. And please come and follow me on Odyssey, bit.ly/crypto Odyssey. Follow me on Twitter and join my official Telegram announcements channel. I will be having Itzik on again very soon. We're going to be talking about what's happening, what's being developed, what's in the future of Secret Network. And thank you so much. Between now and when I see you next, please keep filling your pockets with crypto profits. This is Crypto Rich and Crypto Itzik signing out. All the best. Bye-bye.